Hello, and welcome to the CDO Magazine interview series. I'm Camille Prado, Global Editor of CDO Magazine. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Zakir Hussain, the EY America's data leader. Zakir, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Camille.
Data governance, that's something that we see across CDO Magazine as one of the top 10 topics that our readers are looking for. So, how would you say organizations are measuring the success of their data governance initiatives? Do you see technologies or strategies or a combination of those that organizations are using to break down data silos?
Yes, so measuring the impact of data governance is crucial. Ensuring that it's having the right and intended impact, and the data initiatives or AI initiatives are delivering the intended value to the organization is very crucial. So I talked about metrics. Once again, like metrics become very important when it comes to data governance. For example, quality improvements, compliance, user adoption, anything that you track as part of data governance, it becomes very important. So to answer your, and then like to answer your question on technologies and strategies, typically in any large to mid or like mid-sized organization or large organization, it has to be a combination of both. It can't just be one or the other. So governance has to be prioritized as part of the overall strategy for data modernization efforts. An org model has to be established along with the right people who own the data. So the different functions, people in different functions or stakeholders in different functions who own the data, they have to take the responsibility and ownership of data quality metrics, policy enforcement, etc. And finally, you have to combine that with the right tools. So whether it's a data cataloging tool or master data management tool, security tooling, collaboration tools, they kind of all go hand in hand with the governance framework. So combining the robust technologies along with the strategic initiatives is the right way to effectively set up the governance and measure the success for any data related initiatives.
It sounds like accountability is key in addition to providing a range of technologies and strategies together. Is there anything more you'd like to share about how you see organizations using these to break down data silos?
Yeah. So breaking down the data silos really comes down to stakeholder engagement and communication. So stakeholder engagement has to happen right at the onset. Any data initiative can not be a technical initiative, cannot be an IT driven initiative. It has to be, obviously, IT plays a very important role in it, but businesses and business functions and business leaders, they have to play just as important a role in it right from the very start. So when the two come together, that's really when you actually start seeing the real value.
Now I'd like to shift over to that critical asset, our talent, and talking about how we're upskilling. So, how are organizations upskilling AI talent and bridging the talent gap for AI readiness? Are there programs or partnerships you have found to be effective?
There are a few different things that we found to be effective. First of all, we are a 400,000 employee firm, right? And the job that every employee has is to help our clients in every industry, every sector, to navigate these opportunities that are related to AI. So we have very heavily invested in like starting from the top in EY executive education. And we've done that through executive bootcamps, done that through like hundreds, actually thousands of AI master classes that we have done. I talked about EY.ai, which is called EYQ, as the central marketplace that we've launched. So we started from the top, but then also we went all the way through the organization to every employee. Every employee has to have AI skills in their capabilities that they need to stay up to date on. So we've actually built an entire mandatory AI skill building program for all of our consulting folks. This has broad implications across all of our business. It's called AI Skills for Consulting. And and the point of it is to, or I guess the focus of it is AI fluency and mindset, applied AI skills, and how we sell and deliver AI work to optimize value for our clients and for EY. We're thinking about data in a more holistic way, in an expanded way. We see our knowledge as one of the very critical parts of it. Basically, like that's the part of the data that in the agentic world is linked inextricably. So you can't separate it. So if you think about getting data ready for AI, currently most companies are focused on their historical transactions. And then not enough companies are actually focusing those efforts on their internal knowledge. So if you actually also focus on the internal knowledge, which is like tacit knowledge, that includes like, expertise, corporate know-how, any of the training processes, those have to be pulled in so that when you deploy a digital agent that looks to transform the way we are delivering, like anybody is performing work, it can actually operate in a much better way if that tacit knowledge is included in it. So I'll give you an example for third party risk management. We there's a task that used to take 45 hours. And now with applying Gen AI, we've actually gotten it down to 16 hours. So those are the types of benefits that you can get. So we are taking a very holistic approach. We take persona-based approach, whether it's AI engineering or data engineering, anything like that. You asked a question about partnerships. We do have partnerships with universities. We have partnerships with companies that deliver on responsible AI models themselves, and then companies that provide AI models. So we found a lot of those partnerships to be very valuable, especially with these startup companies. We have events that we set up, like Innovation Realized and Network for Entrepreneurs of the Year. So those are the types of partnerships and events that we continue to leverage as forums to drive innovation.
Thank you. I appreciate you mentioning the tacit knowledge and how critical it is to take advantage of what's already there in order to move into agentic AI. So thank you. The last question I want to ask is about data-driven culture shift. So what steps do you think organizations can take to foster a data-driven culture that supports AI integration? So do you see any leadership actions that have helped promote this cultural shift?
The EY.ai setup that I talked about, we've actually replicated that for our clients as well. So giving or putting AI in the hands of every single person in the company helps people see what it's capable of, try things out, and then combine that with the education or continuous education that helps people continue to learn and continue to like get used to using AI. Finally, in terms of like at the enterprise level, I think it's a must for every organization to evaluate each function, each business process, and start developing a strategy and a plan and a roadmap for how AI will be implemented and infused in every single business process.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Zakir, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been such a pleasure to hear your insights and from your experience. I'd like to say for more interviews and insights, please visit cdomagazine.tech.
Thank you, Camille.